Welcome live inside ExtraMile Arena. Jay Tuss alongside Brady Frederick. The Boise State men's basketball team just saw their 22-game home winning streak, the longest of its kind in all of college basketball, snapped by the UNLV Rebels.
You know, you take a look at what Boise State did tonight. They played a great game when you get down to it, but also in the Mountain West, they had some issues that you can't have in a big-time league like that. Some offensive rebounds given up throughout the game, some big-time free throws missed down the stretch.
In the end, Boise State didn't do enough to get it done and extend that winning streak to 23 straight games. Also, Boise State loses for the first time in Mountain West Conference play. Let's get on to these highlights, though. Again, this game wrapped up moments ago on the court that we are standing on. You can see Tyson Dagenhart running out onto the floor. He would have a big night. Behind him, Chibuzo Abo, who got off to yet another great start for the Broncos. We get to the highlights, though, and well, early on, UNLV was ready to trade blows with the Broncos. Here comes Roddy Anderson with the running floater in the lane. He had 7 points to go along with 3 rebounds. After that, like I said, Buzo gets it going.
You know, we've been seeing it from Chibuzo Abo throughout the season. Always a big spark in the first half, getting at least 10 points now in 7 consecutive games. Later on, UNLV, though, showing why they deserve to be here, a get-right game. How about Rob Whaley Jr., a guy who called this a revenge game because he was recruited by Boise State, picked UNLV instead. Not quite how revenge works, but he came out on fire tonight.
Finished with 15 points for the Runnin' Rebels. That's the transfer from the College of Southern Idaho. You can see Omar Stanley hitting a jumper. He had 7 points to go along with 12 rebounds. Right before halftime, the Broncos playing a little bit of D. That's Tyson Dagenhart that comes up with the steal. Max Rice finishes in transition. He had 10 points, but on just 3 of 12 shooting. To the second half we go. Tyson Dagenhart really trying to put the team on his back. He hits the straightaway 3 there. Then he connects again from the corner.
And, you know, that was the thing with Tyson Dagenhart. He didn't have a superior scoring effort in the first half, but he really proved how he's able to bounce back, showed that Mountain West experience, and really was what the team was leaning on throughout this entire stretch. Especially, you can see how physical it was, just trading blows in the paint, being able to respond, and being able to get the ball through the basket.
Tyson Dagenhart didn't have a single point with 6 minutes to go in the first half. He ended up with a game-high 24 points on 6 of 14 shooting. He battled down the stretch, but in the end, it wasn't enough. UNLV escapes Boise, Idaho with a 68-64 victory over the Broncos. Like I said, the home winning streak snapped. Boise State's perfect record in Mountain West Conference play has been snapped, and now the Broncos will have to try to get things right in order to take on a San Diego State team that's a top 25 caliber team coming up on Saturday, Brady.
And you know, when you look at it, Jay, sometimes losses like this can be great for the season because it's a chance to reset, take a look at what didn't work, and find a way to bounce back. Plus, you have a great opportunity to bounce back when San Diego State rolls in on Saturday, because that's going to be another tough game. As we've seen week after week, night after night in the Mountain West, there are no easy ones.
This just kind of felt like a sleepy game for the Broncos, right? Not necessarily their approach to it, but you consider that they had 2 quad 1 games last week at Nevada, here at home against Colorado State. They came out victorious in those contests. And then coming up on Saturday, another quad 1 game in San Diego State coming to town. This a quad 3 matchup for the Broncos, so this will be the first what you would consider significant blemish, I would say, on Boise State's NCAA tournament resume. Kind of doesn't really seem fair. This UNLV team tonight, they played really well. They pushed Utah State to the brink just over the weekend down in Las Vegas, so I feel like this UNLV team is better than advertised. We talked about that earlier today. And they get it done at the end of the day here, Brady.
You know, and I think that's one of the things about the way the quad system works. UNLV is going to get their wins throughout the back half of the season. They've ran into a little bit of bad luck. I mean, the Utah State game winner was essentially a miracle when you take a look at it. I see UNLV, this being a better loss for Boise State down the stretch. And really, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You take your focus into this Saturday and trying to beat SDSU. Hopefully, a good showing from the crowd, or I'll say not the biggest showing we've seen this season from Bronco Nation, but it was maybe one of the loudest.
Yeah. 9,863 fans back in the stands here at ExtraMile Arena. But Morgan, they kind of slowly somber out of ExtraMile Arena into the snow. Once again, an unfortunate outcome for the Broncos. We'll send it back to you for now.
You know, this Mountain West Conference is no joke, as you mentioned. It's not just the 1 or 2 ranked teams that you got to worry about. Every game, every week is a fight in this conference. It's amazing. All right, thanks, Jay and Brady. We'll be right back.